All right, so we're going to talk about Jordan Love and we're going to talk about the Detroit Lions. How the Detroit Lions really, were able to at times dominate in this game, at other times not defensively, but as a whole, still a really good defensive performance. This Lions defense went from awful last year to actively good, and Jordan Love, I thought, also did not have his cleanest day, and that's saying something because he is, at this point, a very inconsistent quarterback. I don't want to say he's just straight up a bad quarterback, just that he has his ups and his downs. So we're going to talk about those downs and how the Lions caused them to happen, but then also some of the positives and how he was able to at least make it a game in the fourth quarter. So yeah, let's just get into it. Let's start off with this play. What's going to happen here is this is going to be a zone coverage play. This is the interception that would happen with a minute into the second quarter, which is, don't want to turn the ball over here. Obviously, you never want to turn the ball over, but this is a really bad time to do it. You're already down 14 and you're at your own 10-yard line. The concept itself, though, is a smart one to run. Lions playing a lot of zone coverage in this football game, so, okay, run a play action, get linebackers out of position, throw in the gaps that open up. It makes sense. Watch as Love takes the snap. The linebackers do move in, but one gets back and is going to try and leap up and see if he can knock the ball away. For Love, you have to get this ball high enough to make sure that this does not end up being a tipped pass or an interception. And as you see, it ends up being both a tip pass and then an interception. That was a really tight window that he had to throw it in. He still didn't hit it exactly where he wanted to hit it. And that's kind of I think a good microcosm of how all of these disastrous plays happened in the first place. At the end of the day, one thing I constantly talk about on this channel is if guys aren't getting open consistently, it's not going to go well. I mean, offenses just look bad if guys aren't getting open. Quarterbacks look bad. Offensive play callers look bad. Offensive linemen look bad. You got to get guys open, and they weren't getting guys open consistently, and they made some mistakes on top of it. This play, another example of kind of what I'm talking about. 3rd down and 7 here, now down 21, so definitely want to see if you can get something going. You have Christian Watson just running a quick route towards the outside. Going to be going up against safety, Brian Branch, having a really good rookie season, but still a rookie safety against your second-year number 1 wide receiver. This does feel like a mismatch. Also, sorry if the quality is a little bit tough. Screen recording, what I could get off of Amazon Prime wasn't the highest video quality that I'm used to. I usually do on this channel, so apologies about that. But anyway. Okay, simple play, 3rd down and 7. Let's see how it works. Well, as you see, it's not working for a couple of reasons. For one, it is pretty well covered, and also, you're currently not past the first down marker, so even if it is a catch, you have to get a catch and a broken tackle here. This is a tough play to pull off, and it's a tough angle too, right? You're going towards the sideline. Love puts it in that direction, and Branch is able to knock it away. Really good defensive play from Branch, but also Branch makes good defensive plays. That's what he does. You have to be aware of that, even if he's only playing in his 4th game. But it's just kind of, I don't know if there's a better option on that play at the same time, right? At the end of the day, guys just aren't winning down the field, and you need guys to win if you're going to be able to, make things happen. Also, something like this is, to me, this is one of those young player, gotta kind of learn how the NFL works a little bit of what's going to happen is it's a one-on-one matchup on the outside. 2nd down and 16. And in fairness, I have to say this a lot with Jordan Love. Sometimes I do wonder if it's a receiver running a wrong route or it's him doing the mistake, but, we'll talk more on that in a second. What's going to happen is, and quick slant route. All right, sure, let's see if this works. Right when this play begins, you see why he wants to make this throw, right? His receiver currently has a step on the defender. Okay, sure, yeah, let's throw one in that direction. That totally makes sense. Here's the issue, is that the route is not running straight down. The route is going to be running further down the field, meaning that the angle doesn't necessarily make it great for the defender to be a half step behind. It's still, you still have to make sure you really get it far down the field, even if there's a half step, and honestly, maybe isn't even the right throw to make given this circumstance. Because watch how this throw basically goes right into Jerry Jacobs' arms. Good play by Jacobs to undercut that route, but he was in position to do it. Again, I say it could be on the receiver. For all I know, Dobbs was supposed to flatten the route a little bit, and that's what caused that to happen. But I don't think so. I think that was just kind of it feels to me like it was a bit more of an error. Again, could be a receiver issue, for sure. It could be that. But, I'm not in the huddle. But at the same time, these things are happening so frequently that, like, if it is the receivers, they got to stop making these mistakes. Either way, it's an issue. Like, this one's another example of kind of exactly that, where it's going to be it's a zone coverage play, and you're going to have, once again, it's going to be Romeo Doubs, same player as last time, running a route to get over the middle. So very similar, thing to that first play I showed you, but with one slight difference. The difference is, well, I guess two differences. One, you're going to see pressure come, so it kind of throws a little bit off balance, but also this is open. I mean, this is wide open, quite frankly. This is a throw that you just got to make. I don't care that there's a little bit of pressure. It's the NFL. You're always under pressure. Like, you got to be able to hit these throws 9 out of 10 times. I'm not saying you have to hit them every time, but you got to hit them a lot at a time. This throw is just off, and it gets tipped. Could have been intercepted there. So these are a couple, it could have been 3 interceptions in the first half instead of just that one. Really, it could have been. Now, much like that last play, there was a moment when Doubs went off screen. It is possible, again, that Love thought that Doubs was going to run the route a little bit differently. That's totally possible, but like I said, I really don't think so, because I've seen Love now miss these throws pretty consistently over the course of just his life. And, I saw it in college, I've seen it in previous years, and I see it now. While 1 or 2 of these that I've criticized probably, over the course of this season probably have been the receiver's fault or miscommunication, most of them have been due to his accuracy issues, which is just, it's a negative part of his game. It just is, and it probably always is going to be. You just hope the good outweighs the bad. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. The night was not all bad for Jordan Love. In fact, there was a moment when it kind of felt like they might come back and win it. This play was very good. Now, the obvious thing that has to be mentioned is that you look at the clock, there is 0 seconds left. Now, I didn't hear it on the broadcast, but someone told me on Twitter, apparently, because I didn't know the rule. I thought maybe it works like a delay of game. Apparently, it was told that that's not the case, does not work like a delay of game. This should have been should have been blown dead. But again, hey, sometimes you get a break. Take advantage of your breaks, right? I'm not going to hold it against Green Bay. They just played to play what they're supposed to do. It's not their fault the refs didn't blow it dead. On paper, this play shouldn't really get open, right? You have 2 safeties down the field, but look at that safety right there. Look at how far he shaded over towards the middle. Because of that, maybe you could still have an opening towards the offense's right. Watch as Jordan Love is going to take the snap. He is going to look down the field. He's going to fire down the field. And you see that what I think happened on this play wasn't just Reed just blowing by his assigned man. I think his assigned man thought he had help behind him, because usually you would. The help ended up covering over the middle, so now there isn't help. So, hey, that's why you send 3 guys down the field, only 2 safeties there. It can create this scenario. So, good play call by Green Bay. And also, look at this throw. I mean, that's a thing of beauty. That's exactly where you want it to be, that far down the field. And this is just what kind of drives you crazy a little bit about Jordan Love, trying to evaluate him, is he's not the cleanest quarterback. Obviously, I spent most of this video talking about what went wrong, which I would still say, at the end of the day, you do have to be better. You can't expect to come back from down, 3 scores in the fourth quarter every week. It doesn't work that way. At the same time, there certainly are the positives, and kind of like I said earlier, you just hope the good outweighs the bad. I don't know if it did tonight, but, last week it did. Maybe next week it will, too. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Love. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, no pun intended. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.